If you drive north from Seoul, commonly you can see many rice fields. It is notable that these flat areas are present along one river valley, including its adjacent floodplains. Sometimes those areas are quite large, comprising a large plain. From there, if you drive down to the valley for 1 minute, unimaginable scenic views may lie in front of you. There is a very special river that you cannot see anywhere else in Korea. Especially, numerous black columns on the cliffs along the valley may be something very new and special to you. There are numerous streams and rivers in Korea. The high mountain range in the eastern part of the Korean peninsula, called Baekdu-daegan, has created numerous small streams and rivers, mostly flowing west and south to the surrounding seas of the Korean peninsula. In general, small streams and rivers have similar shapes because most of them have similar development procedures. Small streams are produced in a V-shaped valley in mountains. They become larger downstream. They finally flow as a river. The width and depth of any streams get wider and deeper downstream. Today, I'm going to talk about one special river called Hantangang River. In Korean, gang means a river. Thus, I will just call it Hantangang. The term Hantan originally came from Chinese characters, meaning one fast stream. It appears that Korean people realized the special characteristics of this river long time ago. Hantangang starts from North Korea and flows through the large Choron Plain, and then it flows almost parallel to the DMZ, the demilitarized zone. Finally, Hantangang merges into Imjingang as a tributary, which finally merges into Hangang before flowing into the Yellow Sea. In terms of administrative division, Hantangang flows through the Choron County, Pocheon City, and the Yeoncheon County. The location of this river is very close to the final battlefield during the end of the Korean War. Both sides were trying very hard to expand their territory. Thus, the battle was very fierce at the time. That's why there are many interesting stories about the war and some battlefields. There is also an underground tunnel which was dug by North Korea. Thus, the Hantangang area truly contains a tragic history of Korean people. Today, I'm not going to talk about Hantangang itself, but about some very special geological features related to the rivers and its nearby area. This area was endorsed as a UNESCO Global Geopark due to its geoheritage value of international significance. Global Geopark program is one of the 3 UNESCO programs, including World Heritage and Man and Biosphere. World Heritage program aims to conserve the best representative sites in the world, whereas Global Geopark program pursues geoheritage conservation as well as socio-economic development by utilizing the geoheritage site for tourism. Global Geopark also tries to achieve educational tourism by using all the potential elements such as ecosystem, culture, history, etc. Why does this river look so distinctive? It is because the geological history of the river formation process was quite special. Several 100,000 years ago, Hantangang and its adjacent areas shows quite different landform from now. There was a river here, but it was not the same Hantangang. It flowed along different pathway. I will call this river the former Hantangang or the former river. There was a large plain area, like right now, where the Choron Plain is located, probably related to a few faults crossing this region. However, the area was not probably perfectly flat like now. Then what happened? the Choron Plain and the Hantangang area had undergone tremendously severe experience about 150 to 500,000 years ago. Volcanic eruptions took place nearby in North Korea. It was a very interesting geological event because the volcanic site here was not the favorable spot for volcanism. After the eruption, the amazing phenomenon that you cannot imagine took place. The lava produced by volcanic eruption flowed more than 100 kilometers downstream and almost reached to the Paju area in the western part of the Korean peninsula. It was because the magma responsible for this volcanic eruption was originated from deep mantle. We call it basaltic magma. The basaltic magma could flow down a long distance due to its very low viscosity. The volcanic rock produced here is composed of black basalt. Maybe you've heard of this rock before. It is commonly seen on many volcanic islands, including the Jeju Island in Korea, as well as Hawaii. The lava with low viscosity flowed down north and south in a large Choron plain by filling lowlands. As a result, the perfectly flat plain was produced. The lava also invaded all the surrounding mountain valleys, but some high hills has remained like islands surrounded by this lava flow. As the volcanic eruption continued, more lava flowed down and filled up the whole Choron plain. And then the lava should have searched the possible downstream route and found the former Hantangang. The lava continued to flow along the former river more than 100 kilometers. The lava was filling not only the channel itself of the former river, but also the whole low-lying valley, including the channel, levee, and the floodplain areas. It also invaded all the surrounding mountain valleys. Thus, all the valleys near the former river are now filled with basalt. Another interesting process was that the lava flowed upstream wherever it met the tributaries which flowed into the former Hantangang. As a result, it was suggested that a few lakes were formed by lava dams. Based on geological investigations, we could find out that volcanic eruptions took place 3 times, as noted by 3 units of the lava flows in many outcrops. Columnar joints formed as a result of rapid cooling of basaltic lava, but depending upon cooling rate and conditions as well as bottom topography, various types of joints such as columnar, planar, and radial types can be formed. We can find all of these types along Hantangang. Finally, the basalt covered the whole Choron plain and the valley area along the former river, making everywhere perfectly flat. However, the new stream system has been rejuvenated due to subsequent rains. Downcutting of this new stream has produced the present-day Hantangang River. However, the new route of Hantangang did not follow the same flow path of the former river. Also, the columnar joint in the basalt made vertical cliffs along the Hantangang by falling down and being eroded away. Thanks to this geological history, the very special fluvial landform with vertical cliffs was created. In addition, the development process of the channel floor is very special. You can find a very peculiar channel morphology at Hwagang area, which is Hantangang tributary. The overall elevation of the channel stream is almost close to the land surface, which marks the surface of the last lava flow, with the water depth of only about 1 to 2 meters. The width of the river can be quite variable. The stream can be divided into several pathways if the channel stream is covered with vegetation. The stream pattern on the Choron plain is more or less similar everywhere. After Hwagang merges into Hantangang, the width and depth of the valley remain constant, with vertical cliffs on both sides. There should be numerous places where streams developed on volcanic landforms, like the Hantangang area in the world. But it is quite rare to find a place like Hantangang where the lava flowed over 100 kilometers by filling the river valley and then became rejuvenated into the stream. Thus, based on this geological history and landform development, the fluvial system associated with volcanic landforms of this area appears to have high geoheritage values. There are 26 geosites in the UNESCO Hantangang Global Geopark, which have scientific, educational, and touristic values. Today, I would like to introduce some of them only associated with these volcanic and fluvial processes. The northernmost geosite is the Peace Observatory in the Choron. Here you can actually see Mount Orisan where volcanic eruption took place. Also, the DMZ and North Korea are just in front of you. The best geosite to look over the Choron Plain is the mountain Soisan geosite. This mountain is surrounded by lava which passed by, but has remained elevated like an island. At the huge and perfectly flat plain lies in front of you. There's a natural spring in this plain called Samtong. It is amazing that the water here never gets frozen even in cold winter, even though Choron is one of the coldest places in Korea. Sometimes it gets down to minus 20 to minus 30 degrees Celsius. The water temperature is about 14 to 15 degrees Celsius all year round. Every winter, we have visitors from far away to this Choron Plain. Numerous cranes are coming from Siberia and eagles from Mongolia. But isn't it strange? Instead of many other warmer and more comfortable places in South Korea during winter, why do they visit here, the coldest place? There is a large rice field here, so this can be a reason because cranes love to eat rice grains. But eagles are meat eaters, so rice grains cannot be a good reason. Therefore, I think that they visit this area due to this spring water, which is never frozen in winter. I can say that the Choron Plain is one of the best sites showing that ecosystem is controlled by geological processes in the world. In some places, you can see the whole cliff is composed of basaltic columnar joints. This indicates that this cliff was the location of the former river due to its thickness. Fantastic columnar joints can be seen along the valley wall of the Mongri Gorge in Pocheon and the Dangpo Song in Yeoncheon. Dangpo Song is a famous historic site. It is a well-known fortress used by the Goguryeo dynasty during the Three Kingdom period from 6th to 7th century. At Eundaeri, basaltic planar or sheeting joints are beautifully exposed at the cliffs. If you go downstream from Choron Plain, the stream valley maintains more or less the same width and height with vertical cliff about 10 meters high until Hantangang hits the Jiktang waterfall. This waterfall falls over the basalt columns. There are two geological implications about this waterfall. Firstly, the waterfall shows that the entire channel was filled with basaltic columnar joints, meaning that this is the site of the former Hantangang River. And secondly, the stream valley gets deeper suddenly through this waterfall. Two geosites with the similar geological feature but distinctive landform are the Hwajeokyeon in Pocheon and the Goseokjeong in Choron. The granite landform was left after the overlying basalt was eroded away. The Hwajeokyeon geosite is famous for the old painting by the Korean artist Gyeom Jae-jung-sun, which was drawn about 250 years ago. You can find a very interesting outcrop showing the cross-section of the former river valley with eroded granite covered with basalt layer. This means that the present position of the Hantangang is very close to that of the former river. It is reasonable to say that the present-day granite has been carved by fluvial erosion after the overlying basalt was removed by erosion. Not like the Hwajokyeon, the Gosokjeong was not very close to the former stream because the area is mostly composed of granite with only thin basalt cover. Here, the beautiful granite outcrop with vertical and planar joint can be seen. Those joints were formed by releasing overburden pressure when the granite formed deep underground was uplifted to the surface. The granite tower at Gosokjeong has been formed by mechanical breakdown of vertical cliffs due to vertical joints, which resulted in this square-shaped tower. There were several tributaries flowing into the Hantangang. When the lava flowing downstream met those tributaries, those lavas invaded into all the tributaries and flowed upstream. Again, those areas were also rejuvenated into tributaries. Among them, fantastic scenic sites are the Biturgi-nang Fall in Pocheon and Jain Waterfall in Yeoncheon. The Biturgi-nang Fall displays a beautiful waterfall with neighboring fantastic cave formed by stream erosion. Many Korean dramas are filmed here due to its scenic view. The Jain Waterfall is also a grand beauty, thus is enjoyed by many visitors. You may visit around the back of the fall, and also you can go down to the foot of the cliff and feel the water falling down. Even though both waterfalls look quite different one another, actually their formation processes of waterfalls are strikingly similar. The direct evidence that hot molten lava flowed along the former stream water can be found at one geosite. This geosite is called Pocheon Auraji Pillow Lava. The pillow lava is a very common geological feature in the world, and its formation process is well known. It forms when hot basaltic magma meets cold water. You can actually find this kind of pillow lava forming in deep oceans, wherever hot magma erupted onto deep sea floor. But the pillow lava found here has very special, significant geological meaning because this is a firm evidence that hot molten lava actually flowed along the former stream and sometimes flowed into fresh water. It is not common to see this kind of pillow lava on land. Another significant geosite is the Baekiri Formation along the Yeongpyeong tributary near the boundary between Pocheon and Yeoncheon. On both sides along the stream, we can find the gravel deposits overlain by basalt layer. It appears that well-rounded pebbles were deposited on the former floor. The direct contact between this pebble layer with overlying basalt strongly indicates the additional evidence that the lava flowed over the stream beds. The Jeongonggring ruins is one of the most famous archaeological sites of the Paleolithic age in the world. Acheulean-type stoneware, presumably about 300,000 years old, is estimated to be the oldest stoneware in Korea. The discovery of this site opened a new horizon for archaeological history of the world because this type of stoneware was only known in East Asia, Africa, and Europe before this was found. Geological process appears to be responsible for the settlement of ancient people, probably because flat lands provide their dwelling places and plenty of water was available nearby. Many archaeological remains were excavated from the sediments overlying the basalt. Because the sediments are composed of fine-sized mud and because they are very well sorted, it has been believed that they were probably transported by wind and deposited here. But it was also suggested that these sediments are like to be floodplain deposits. Anyways, precious remains could be preserved thanks to these depositional processes. Today, I explained some interesting geological features in the UNESCO Global Hantangang Geopark. Probably you did not know that you can visit this kind of interesting and fantastic places after you drive less than 2 hours by car from Seoul. Please try to find out this adventure when you come to Korea for a visit. Because there are numerous walking trails in the geopark, I'm sure that you can find out the special geological features while enjoying beautiful scenery.